Welcome to Python Neural Networks. In this lesson, we will learn what neural networks are, how to use them in Python, and build a simple model from scratch. We will use real-world data to see how neural networks can solve problems like recognizing patterns and making predictions. You do not need any math background or machine learning experience. Let us dive in together. Running the cell now. Are you ready? Let us get started. What is a neural network? A neural network is a computer program inspired by how brains work. It learns to solve problems by finding patterns in data. We use neural networks for things like voice recognition, predicting prices, and finding spam emails. Running the cell now. Think about places you see pattern recognition in your daily life. Let us make sure our program is clean and free of extra messages. This line is a comment. In Python, comments start with a hash symbol. We use them to explain our code. We import the warnings library so we can control warning messages. Import just means we are bringing in extra tools. Here, we tell Python to ignore any warning messages. This helps us focus on output that matters. Running the cell now. Comments help you and others remember what your code is doing. Before we begin, let us see which Python version you are running. This is a comment explaining what we are doing next. We are importing the system library. This lets us see system-level details. We print out your Python version. Having the right version helps our code run smoothly. Running the cell now. Check if the version starts with 3. If not, you may need to upgrade your Python. Let us use real data to make things interesting. We comment the step here. We are setting up our data. We import the iris dataset from scikit-learn. Iris is a collection of flower measurements used for learning about classification. This brings in pandas. Pandas is used for working with tables, which are called data frames. This loads the iris data. The as_frame part makes sure we get a data frame. We pick out the actual data frame from the loaded data. We print the shape to see how many rows and columns we have. This shows us the first few rows of our table. It helps us see what is inside. Running the cell now. What kinds of features do you see in the first few rows? Let us see how many examples of each flower we have. This is a comment to explain what is coming. We count how many rows there are for each flower type. The target column is what we want to predict. We print a label to describe what we are about to see. We print out how many times each flower type appears in the data. Running the cell now. Balance in the data helps neural networks learn better. What is an MLP? MLP stands for Multilayer Perceptron. It is a kind of neural network with layers of simple computing units called neurons. Each layer helps the network learn more complex patterns in the data. Running the cell now. You can think of neurons as tiny decision-makers working together. To teach and test our neural network, we split our data. This is our comment. We are splitting our data. The train_test_split tool helps us break up our data into pieces for learning and pieces for checking. X is everything except the target column. These are our features, or input values. Y is just the target column. This is what our network will learn to predict. This splits our features and targets into training and testing groups. 80% for training, 20% for testing. The random state makes it repeatable. We print the shape of the training features. This shows how many examples we will use to teach the model. We print the shape of the testing features. This shows how many examples we will use to see how good our model is. Running the cell now. Notice how the training set is larger than the test set. Let us create our first neural network in Python. We explain in a comment what is happening next. This imports the MLP classifier, a neural network tool. Classifier means it learns to sort things into groups. We create our multilayer perceptron model. It has one hidden layer with 8 neurons. We let it train up to 2,000 rounds for learning. Random state helps us repeat results. We teach, or fit, the model using our training data. The model now tries to see patterns between inputs and targets. Running the cell now. Imagine a group of people practicing to get better at a game. That is how the model learns from data. Now, let us see what the neural network predicts on new data. Here is a comment to show what the next lines do. We use the trained neural network to predict the flower type for our test examples. We print the first 10 predictions so we can see how our network is guessing. Running the cell now. Which numbers do you see the most in the predictions? Let us find out if our neural network is any good. This comment reminds us what we are checking. We bring in tools to measure accuracy and get a full report. Accuracy measures how many times the prediction was correct. We calculate accuracy by checking how many predictions match the true answers. We print the accuracy number. Higher is better. 1.0 is perfect. This is just a blank print to add a space. We show a detailed report with numbers for each class. This prints out the full table that shows how far the model gets correct and any misses. Running the cell now. Try to improve the score by changing the model or data. Neural networks learn using weights and bias. Let us peek inside. First, let us describe what we are showing. We print the weights between the input layer and the first hidden layer. The weights are like how important each input is for each neuron. Next, we print a label for the biases. We print the bias values. The bias helps each neuron make its own adjustments, kind of like personal preferences. Running the cell now. Do not worry about the exact numbers. Just notice their shape and size. Why use neural networks? Neural networks are powerful because they can learn patterns that are hard for humans to see. They solve problems like handwriting recognition, voice assistance, and face unlock on phones. MLPs are good for data that can be put into tables, like our iris flowers. Running the cell now. Can you think of other problems where computers recognize patterns like humans? Let us see what happens if we use more than one hidden layer. We comment that we are changing the network structure. Here we build a model with 2 hidden layers. Each one has 4 neurons. Now we train this new model on our training data. We print out the test accuracy to compare how well it does. Running the cell now. You can experiment with the number of neurons and layers to see what changes. Neural networks use activation functions to help them solve harder problems. Let us try a different one. Let us try using another activation function for our hidden layer. Activation is how each neuron decides its output. We build a neural network and set the activation to tan, which is a type of squashing function. Fit means we train the model with new settings. Now we print the accuracy. We can compare different activation choices. Running the cell now. Try out different activation functions, like ReLU or Logistic, to see what works best. Let us look at how the number of training rounds changes results. A comment tells us what is happening. We create a model that only learns for 50 rounds, instead of 2,000. Now we train the model quickly. We print out its accuracy to see if it has learned enough, or if it was not enough training. Running the cell now. If the score is lower, the model might need more time to learn from the data. Sometimes errors happen if we skip a step. Let us see what this looks like. Our comment tells us what the code is testing. We try making a model, but we forget to fit or train it first. In the try block, we set up our model with just 10 rounds. We ask for its score, but we did not train it, so this will fail. The except part will catch the error and show us what went wrong. We print the error message so we can fix it by training first next time. Running the cell now. If you see error messages, retrace your steps. Did you forget to fit the model? Here are some practice ideas. Practice is important for learning. You can try changing earlier code cells and see what happens. Try using a different test size. Does that change your results? Running the cell now. Share your results in the comments if you are following along on YouTube. Let us make our neural network even more interactive. The code lets you pick the settings for your network. This line asks you to enter how many neurons you want. Neurons are each little processor in the layer. Then you choose an activation function. Your answer will set how each neuron works. We make a custom neural network using your choices. We fit, or train, the model. Finally, we print its accuracy so you can see how well it worked. Running the cell now. Try different settings. What combination works best on iris data? Let us summarize what you learned. A comment helps you remember why we are printing. We print that this is a recap. One thing we learned was what neural networks and MLPs are. We used real iris data to build a model. Another step was splitting data for training and testing. We trained and tested our own neural networks. We tried different settings to see what improved accuracy. We looked at handling errors. We even tried user input for hands-on practice. Running the cell now. Final challenge. Try these. Change the hidden layer size and see if accuracy goes up or down. Try splitting the data differently, like test size equals 0.3. Pick another activation function and compare results. Can you beat 97% accuracy? If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe for more Python learning. Running the cell now. Keep practicing and share your favorite results.